everybody. How is it going today? Welcome. So today, what are we doing today? We're working on the advanced query loop plugin today. That's my plan. That's what I'm hoping to do. So if you're not familiar with that, this is the plugin that I've been kind of building over the past little while. So if you're, we've been kind of building this one and adding features to it and stuff. And I've been getting a lot of really good feedback and input from the community around it about new features and stuff. And last week, what did we do last week? Last week we added, I think I did this pull request. Oh, sorry. This is the repository as well. So if you're interested in looking at /stealing /using the code, you're more than welcome to, because it's open source. And I have a couple of pull requests. So I could create. I did this thing where we can create multiple post types in it last week. I haven't merged that yet. Maybe I should just merge that. What do you think? Should I just merge it? And yeah. So if you're here from the meetup group, please let me know. So I can say hey, because this is if you're not part of the WordPress Meetup group, I recommend just going and joining that there, because it's pretty cool. There's lots of cool things going on. Like, for example, this morning there was there was some stuff by a guy named Jonathan Bossinger who does some really, really cool things, and then there's me, and then there's some other stuff in here too. So there's a lot of really good stuff that you can learn here. So anyhow, don't be shy. Go ahead and drop a wave in the chat and all that stuff. And we'll so I can say hi to you, because I like to say hi to people that show up in my streams. And if you want, you can follow on Twitch or subscribe if you're really feeling generous. But either way, glad you're here. Cool. All right. So I'm talking a lot. Okay. So what are we doing? What am I doing? I am, all right. So what should we work on today? Pull constants and namespace. I got some issues. We've all got issues, but I've got issues, real issues over here for my repo. And it's right here. And I'm going to look at some of these today. This is, okay. Paul, I don't know, Paul, if you're here, you were here last week and you added this issue. Can you tell me more about what you mean there, my friend? That way I can know a bit more about it. It's quiet today in the chat. Super quiet. Bunch of bots in there, I bet. Few things. This is an interesting one, this issue. So in the current implementation, let me just make sure I'm all set up here code wise. So I'm not. I didn't set this up properly at all. Okay, so I'm using VS Code, which is fun. I enjoy it, and I just want to get this set up. What do we got? What's this telling me? I gotta reload this thing. Go GitHub Copilot. All right. So I'm gonna open up my. That's not it. I'm gonna open up my repo in here. So this is a repo that I use for the majority of my coding stuff. Today though, it's I'm actually working. Sorry, I should have done all this before you all jumped on here. So I'm gonna stash these changes. You know what? I'm just gonna commit everything. And this is the YOLO commit, and I'm gonna check out trunk. You can't see that. Move me out of the way. Check out trunk. There we go. So clear CD. Oops. I'm just getting into the advanced query loop plugin, because that's where I do the majority of my work. So you can see just GST. We're on the trunk branch. Okay, cool. So I am basically ready to start working here and stuff. Move that over a little bit. All right. So in my advanced query loop plugin, what should we be working on today? Let's see. Let me just kind of show what we're talking about here. So this issue that I'm kind of highlighting is allowing manual input of post meta key. I am a real human, I promise. Don't believe you. That's exactly what a robot would say. Hi, NY Dame, New York Dame. Is it New York Dame? Thanks for coming. Appreciate you. A real human, he says as he licks his eyeballs. Or they say as they lick their eyeball. Nice. Welcome aboard. Thanks for coming. Right. So where was I? This eyeball licking has got me all confused. Hi. Daryl Mexury. Hi. Is this or will there be support for other plugins such as advanced custom fields? What are you talking about? Like being able to query stuff in advanced custom fields? Is that what you're saying? Possibly. To be able to do like a query based on advanced custom field stuff. So that's something that I'm actually not sure what. Yeah, the ability to query custom fields. Okay, well, I did something like this before in a past stream, and it's on my YouTube channel, which is here. Now, this isn't me being dismissive. I just that's my YouTube channel. So if you go in there, you should see stuff on like block that. There's a video. There's a couple of videos about like building something out that works with ACF, because the way that ACF stores its data, it's different than the way that WordPress native stores it. So we need to build that feature in. So I don't think it's a bad idea with the amount of people that use ACF. So it's definitely something that we can look at. It will mean a completely different way of managing the query, and it'll also require that you have ACF installed. So it does add a bunch of different dependencies to this plugin. So I have to kind of think about what the best way to do it is, and if it makes sense to do it, which it may well make sense to do it. But for right now, no, this doesn't work with ACF. But if you want to see some code that does, you can go to my repo and you can go and look. Did I put the repo? So the Twitch repo is here. I'm going to put that up there. How was this question? No, there's no pressure. Oh, I spelled that wrong. I think it's a great idea. I just have to figure out the right way of doing it so it's not going to get kind of messy. So there's if you go to that link that I just posted, and in here there's a thing called display meta, and if you look in here specifically in the edit, you can see that I'm actually this block will read from and write to ACF meta. So that's something that specifically to a Twitch stream post type that I've created, but the code is there to do it. So, you know, if you need that code for a project or something, you're welcome to grab it. I don't know, maybe open an issue. Do me a favor and open an issue on the advanced query loop thing. Are you building a Gutenberg block with this plugin? No, I'm building a block variation. So basically what it is so there is a query loop block, right? And this is a variation of that query loop block. And what the variation is allowing us to do is allows us to register our own stuff. So we're actually adding a whole bunch of extra controls to be able to, good morning, Corey, how you doing? We're adding some extra controls to be able to query stuff, do more advanced queries, which is why it's called advanced query loop. Like for example, in our post select, not multiple post select, why is that there? Oh, it needs to be built, stand by, npm start. Okay, cool. Just ignore this. So like, for example, you can't right now add a post per page, but now you can. And so being able to set the offset is like how many, you know, so if you want to start in post 10 and show the next post 10 through 20, you can do that by doing this, right? Which probably won't work on here because I think I've only got a bunch of posts. Anyhow, so that's what we're doing. So by extension, it is kind of creating its own block, but it's like a sort of like a flavor of an existing block. And that's what we're doing. Cool. So yeah, so let's now get into, okay, so the issue that this person ran into, and this here, oh, the real Mexuri, thanks for the sub. Oh, wow, thanks for the sub. Thank you so much for the Prime sub. You're awesome. Awesome. Sweet. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. So the issue was this person was working with my plugin, and they were not able to query existing some existing post meta, and the reason is because when we work with with this plugin, I'm going to set it to stream. So when it looks for the post type, what is going on? I didn't merge that in, did I? I don't know what's happening here. I keep seeing the multiple post type. No, it's not there. So when you pick your post type, for example, it checks to see if there is post types, if there's custom post meta that's been registered, right? And if there is, you get this interface. If I'm ever in the way, I say this every time, but if ever in the way, just type bang move, and I will move to the other side of the screen. Because I always forget to do it, and not in caps. So don't yell it, just say it calmly, and I'll move out of the way. So anyway, so if there's post meta like registered with this type, this post type will get this interface, but there isn't. So in my case, I have no post meta registered to the post type. I get this interface, which is basically saying there's nothing that you can select here, which is right and wrong. It's right if the post meta has not been registered using register post meta and show and rest is true. For example, I'll show you that code. So in my theme, I have a custom theme that I'm working with here. Includes and stream post type. I'm just going to hide this. And I'm just going to just tell all this stuff to stop being stupid and get rid of that. So you see, I'm registering a couple pieces of post meta using this. And the important part is this. So if you don't have rest, show and rest true, the REST API doesn't know about it, and you can't get access to it. It's like you don't know it's there, basically, right? So, yeah. So that's what this checks. And if you have existing post type that does not do that, there's no way to access this. So I've been thinking the sort of solution here is to change how this is working and make this not so prescriptive, in the sense of we're going to look for post meta, and if it's there, you can use it. But if it's not there and you happen to know the key that you want to use, you can. This particular person was using a plugin called Codex Post Likes plugin, which I don't really know, but we're gonna see about this. I'm gonna just add this. We're gonna just gonna install this plugin and see what we can do about. There it is. We're gonna install that. We're gonna go activate. I'm gonna go into whatever post I was on. So I'm on, let's say, let's add a new post. I'm gonna go. This is like the testing. What am I calling this? Non-registered post meta. That's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna say this is a test. All right, I'm gonna publish that. I think I have to go to my set. Wait, let's just see what happens. So when I publish, I think this puts, so this puts a little button in here. So I can just hit like a bunch of, I hit like. And so what this has done now is I should have some post meta associated with this post type, which is our post number, which is 583. So I'm just going to jump into my database tool here. I'm using local for my local development environment. You can use whatever you want. I just happen to use this one. And so let's see. So I go post meta, and I'm gonna go select data. Local is great. Yeah, I quite like it. There's one gripe I have about this, and I will say this. And I've spoken with, I can't remember who it was, Nick Diego from WP Engine, and I were talking about this. But the thing that bothers me about this, and I don't know if they've changed it, but if you look at the preferences and the advanced, not the advanced, the new site default, this site's path right here, which you can't see because I don't know how to zoom that in. Can I zoom in? I can't zoom in. Anyways, take my word for it. So that's really small. So it usually has local space sites. Nick is great. Yeah. And the problem with local space sites is that sometimes ESLint and stuff breaks when there's a space in the path. I don't know why they did it that way. So you just have to change it. And I've changed it and it's fine now, but it just kind of drove me a bit nuts at first. Anyways, that's my gripe for the day. Yeah, I know. I didn't even think about it until, what was I working on? I was doing like a Gutenberg. I was working on the Gutenberg repository and I was trying to run linting and it would fail. And it'd be like, can't find the path, local sites, and it would say and it'd be like, that was the end of the path. So it just broke. Yeah, I don't like, yeah, I'm the same way. So we're going to do a search. We're going to go where's this? Post ID is equal to, what did I say? 583. We're going to say action. So here we got this meta key. So Codex likes post count, right? So we want that. So let's just grab that. I don't know what this data does, but this is the post meta that we're going to want to mess with. So now if we come back over here, right, we update this, right, we refresh this. You can see it's got likes down here, but when we, how am I going to do this? Okay, so I have a registered post meta. So I'm going to come back to, so the setup for this is weird. I'm going to, oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to use the same, sorry. I'm going to use the same post that I use for everything. I'm going to clear this instance. I'm going to put a new advanced query loop in. I don't know, why is my icon not loading there? Ugh, whatever. Okay. So now we got this query loop. Now what I want to do is I want to come in here and I want to be able to say, I want this, I want to register, I want to order, I want to query for things that have that particular post type or that particular post meta, right? I want to look for this post meta, but the problem I'm now having is, oh, this doesn't see any registered post meta. So that's annoying. So what I think I need to do is change that. And I just learned about form file token. Is that what it is? File form, I can't remember the name of the component. Form, there it is, FormTokenField. This is the one. And this is kind of a cool one. It allows you to choose from a list of things, right? So, because what I'm going to need is basically, I'm going to need to change the interface. Let's close this down. I need to change, I need to just ignore that plugin. I'm just going to do that. Plugins and whatever the heck this one was called. What was it called? Codex. What the heck is this thing called? It is Codex post likes. I'm just adding it to my posts likes, not links, likes. There we go. There we go. All right, we'll do that. Close this. So I want to change the interface. So let's go and do that right now. So in my plugin, in my advanced query loop, in my source, I've got some components, and I've got my meta query controls. That's the key. That's the value, and that's that. Okay. So then I've got a thing in here that's doing my controls. So this is the part that needs to change. So basically, if object.key is registered meta length, so I'm doing a query up here somewhere. I'm doing a query. I'm getting records, so I'm using use entity records to get the post type, get some instances of the post type, and then checking to see if there's any registered meta keys. So then I'm looking for records, and then I'm conditionally checking for the first instance, or the first file, or the first item, and then checking for .meta. And if that's empty, basically it means there's no post meta registered. Otherwise, this would it'd be returning an object of all the registered post meta. It would just have empty values. So the thing I need to change is this. I don't need this anymore at all. I don't think I want this anymore at all. So I'm going to get rid of that. And then find where I broke the other side of this. It should be like that, right? Can you get rid of that too? All right, and then let's check that worked. Okay, so now when I run this, come back over here. Oh, I'm gonna refresh. I'm gonna update this. Stop this. I'm gonna refresh this, and then I'm gonna move me out of the way so you can see the other side of this. I'm gonna grab my thing. So in here, post meta. So we need to add a query. So that's cool. So we add this query. So the next problem is this shouldn't be this. I think we need to use a different field here, because what we want to be able to do, my idea here is that we want to be able to either select from existing post meta or put in the name of a piece of post meta that I know that I know exists. So I'm just gonna test that this works, and not that. And where is this thing? Panel body post meta control ID. Okay, so in my post meta control, which is what this is, I need to change this from a select to a text control. So I'm just going to, this is just going to be quick. I'm just going to comment that out, and I'm going to grab my text control here, right? And I'm going to call this meta key, and this will be values meta key, and then I need to just make sure that my query gets, I'm going to grab the whole set attributes here. I'm just going to replace this set attributes here, and then hopefully what this should do, so this is meta query, update meta key. So this is, ouch, next correct, new meta, and then new meta has to go in here. Oops. So what this should do is, as I'm typing, it should add some new meta. Yeah, and then behind the scenes, the reason this is going to work, I'll explain it in a minute. Actually, let's just make sure it's working, and then I think I'll explain how I think this is going to work. So I'm going to refresh this. I'm going to refresh this. I'm going to move myself out of the way again. Corey, quit putting me back. It's okay. I'm not going to do it. I know Corey's going to do it for me from now on. There we go. Oh, don't be sorry. You ruined my stream, Corey. Get out. No, I'm kidding. I need all the viewers I can get. Please stay. Please stay. Cool. So in my post meta key, I'm going to set value to 1. And then what I want is the name of the post meta, which I now don't remember, which is in here. So I want this thing. So let's just see. So, oh, I'm going to grab that. So I want meta key counts. I can put this in here. There we go. So that worked. So let's, right, so we put that in. The meta value is 1. You can say something like is greater than. Oh, like, dislike. Does this actually have? Oh, interesting. I must have done this with another post too. So this query is showing anything that has post likes of more than 0, right? Which is cool. So the reason that this is working, now let me kind of explain. So we fixed the issue in the sense of like, now I can access post type, post meta that's already been registered, that's already there, that's been introduced by another plugin. Timothy Jacobs, what is that? I've never seen that before. That's cool. How's it going? Welcome. Thank you for dropping in. So the reason this works is because when I'm actually, what I'm doing on the PHP side is I'm actually, if I can find the right file, you know what? Hold on. Just bear with me for a quick second. I'm going to quit VS Code. It's a hi. Yeah, it's a cool hi. I like that one. Thank you for sharing it. What I want is, I want to look in my query loop. So I have this file that I'm doing all this query loop stuff with. And so what I'm doing is I'm actually, so it's not, I don't have, because, blah, blah, blah. Let's start over. This existing post meta has not been registered to show up in the API, in the REST API. So I can't get access to it from JavaScript, basically. I don't have the ability, like the REST API doesn't know about it. The JavaScript interacts with the REST API, and there's no other way of doing it. So it doesn't exist as far as the JavaScript portion of my plugin is concerned, right? But the reason that this is working here, and it'll also work on the front end, or should work on the front end. No, that's not it. Hold on. This is the post I want. Is because I'm actually filtering all the PHP responses based on these things. So there's two of them going on. There's this one, the parse meta. Wait, no, that's my function. Stand by. So there's this crazy amount of code, and what I'm doing here is I'm checking for meta queries, and I'm actually augmenting the params that are passed to WP query behind the scenes, and I'm doing the same in the REST API endpoint. So that's why this is working, because I can put any post meta in there because I'm actually modifying the responses and everything via PHP. So that's why that's going to work. Now the thing that I want to do now is what would be very cool is if you could choose from a list of existing or put in your own, which would be really, really neat. Now to do that, that's where I want to I want to experiment with this FormTokenField, which is something that I actually experimented with on the last stream, thanks to Kevin, who I don't know was on the call. But if you're on the call, Kevin, that's for you. I keep saying call. It's a stream. It's not a call. What is this? Zoom? Yeah. So I think I'm going to try to get that working. So when I start typing, it shows you the list of all the things, or you can type your own thing in. That's what I think we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. Is Kevin on the call with us right now? Yeah. Someone needs... Kevin? Kevin? Is Kevin on the call? Is Kevin here? Kevin? It's your turn to do your stand-up, Kev. Okay, anyways, enough of this shenanigans. Let's get this going. All right, so... I'm going to do this. I'm going to just steal all this stuff because I don't remember how this works. Oh, Kevin! Kevin is here! What the deuce, Kevin? Welcome aboard. Hello, my friend. All right, so we're going to, in the post meta controls... Is this, yes. Okay, so in my post meta controls, I need to import with a file. Oh, what is this stupid thing called? It's called FormTokenField. It sounds magical. Sounds like a magical thing. So I have my FormTokenField. I'm just going to kind of steal these things because I just want to get this working. So I'm going to just put this down here. Oh, you know what I am going to do, though, before I do anything crazy? I'm going to go ahead and create a new branch and say fix. This is going to be manually input post meta. There we go. We got a branch. We got a branch. Kevin! Everyone say hi to Kev. Anyways, I don't know, whatever. Okay, so then I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to put this in here somewhere. Where am I? Post meta controls, update query. That's a function. I'm going to put this up here. Put that up there. And I'm going to get my form field. I'm just going to put it where this thing was. I'm just going to put this below that. I don't know why I'm being so weird about it. But anyhow, we can come back over here and we can refresh this. And so what I'm going to have now is just like a second, is just another field somewhere. The post meta field. Well, that's interesting. Why don't I have, did it not build? Something going on here? Oh, it stopped. Okay, that's weird. Did I kill it? Strange. It's running. Okay, it didn't build. That's why it didn't work. So we're going to refresh this. Love how Kevin's silent and then comes in with a what the deuce. That's power move right there. That's a power move. I like it. Okay, so what do we got? So we can start typing things. That seems like it should be working and it's not working. Why isn't it working? Console errors? I see no console errors. That's very, very strange. Okay. Let's try it again. Oh, there we go. Okay, so see, as I'm typing, it's starting to give me, I'm going to zoom in a little bit more, sorry. Is that too small? Just let me know if that's too small. Just yell, make it bigger or something. Oh, yell, I won't hear you, but type, make it larger. So that's going to start giving me these options, but I can also type in, this is not a thing, right? I can type that in. So Cool. Thank you. Thanks, Timothy. So that's the idea. I want to be able to select from a list or put in my own. So I did notice something in here. There is a max length. Okay, I'm going to set, see what happens when I set max, no. I'm going to add this parameter here and set max length. I'm going to set it to 1. And what I'd like, so I'm hoping that will let me pick one piece of post meta or put my own in. I'm gonna clear this out of the way. So let's see what that does. Let's see. So in here, I'm gonna go Antarctica, and then I can't type anymore. Sweet. This is gonna be hometown, right? Boom. I can't put anything else in. Okay, you can't see me, but I'm doing this. Look, trying to type, not happening. That's exactly what I want. And I think we wanted that. Yeah, anyways, well, no. So that's what I want. So instead of doing this, what I want to have now is I want to be able to go and get a list of all my post meta. Zebanin. Thanks for chatting, my friend. Awesome. Zebanin, am I saying that right? Zebanin? That's what I'm gonna say it. It's my stream, say what I want. Okay, so now what I think I need to do is, now I need to get the post meta. So up in query controls. No, is this being done in, did I do it in here? I don't even remember anymore. The post meta is getting passed. Registered meta keys. Okay, so I need to pass registered meta keys into this thing. So I have registered meta keys already available to me. So I should be able to just pass, where'd that thing go? Oh, mission, there you go. All right. So my suggestions can now be registered meta keys. Right? The value is going to be, what's the value? Active, no, I need it up here. Active query dot meta key. Sorry, I'm kind of, I hope this isn't gonna like break my shit. I'm not gonna worry about this, and then my on change will be set attribute. So I'm just gonna take the entire on change. Do like this, and then I should. Oh, does FormTokenField have a label? Let's look. What does it have? It's got value. On focus is borderless. Disabled maximum placeholder. Messages. There's no label. Was there a help? Huh. Weird. Okay. Disabled placeholder. No, I don't want that message. Oh, that's cool. All right, we'll figure that out in a second. So, okay, I want to see if this is working. So now I hope what'll happen here is, I don't think so. I ran into that the other day. There's no label. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, we might need to wrap it in a label. Like there's a base control. I wonder if it's already wrapped. Anyways, we'll get to that in a second. Oh, you just stop with your errors that cannot be displayed. Get out of here. It's a problem. It's a problem, yo. Value.map is not a function. Where the hell am I? Oh. What is it? What is it? Oh, it's keys. Let's see what this does. Console. I think there's probably a problem here with the data type. Log, registered meta keys. I'm just going to put continents back in because, did I add that? That's weird. I put continents back in so I don't break it. And I'll do that. But I want to see what that value, what that data type is. I think there's a problem there. No help at least. Okay. What am I doing? So I'm going to grab this. I got to grab. Oh, it's still breaking. What's going on here? It's an object. What? So let me stand by. Stand by. What am I getting here? So, oh, it's returning an object. Right. Okay. So I'll need to do something like object.keys, right? To be able to add this in here. So in here it'd be like object.keys, because I just need the keys. What this is expecting is it's expecting an array, like what continents looks like, right? So I'm just going to do that. So if I do this, where am I? Hello? A fun thing you could also grab is to grab the list of generated meta keys from the schema. What schema? What are we talking about? Can you expand on that a little bit, Timothy? That sounds interesting. JSON schema for the post type you're querying. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I could do that, I guess. Yep. Why? This is still breaking. What the deuce is the problem here? This is not building again or something? What the hell is going on here? Something's afoot. Yes, the thing is though, any registered meta for this post type is going to come out of the REST API. If it's registered from the sense of like registered, show in REST, it will actually show up, and that's what I'm actually getting. It'll just show up as empty, which is kind of handy. But I like what you're thinking, and I was thinking sort of the same thing when I first started building this plugin, because I was like, well, what if that particular post type? What the deuce is going on here? This doesn't seem right at all. What is that supposed to be? It's just supposed to be an array, is it not? So can it not be an empty array? Is that the problem? Because I just gave it an array. I wonder if it can't be empty. I wonder if maybe that's the value prop. Yeah, it's the value. Sorry, yes, it is this prop here. Oh my God, you're totally right. You are 100% right. That is 100% right. It's not an issue with, it needs to be an array. That's the problem. Good call, Timothy. This is for you. Bill says you're awesome. The problem is trying to iterate on an array, and that's just a string. That's the problem. Nice call. Good looking out. It did seem a little weird what was going on there. Okay, so that did it. So now in here, so we have this. So that's pretty handy dandy. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I actually clear this. Oh yeah, and so there it's there. So I'm going to clear this all out, and that's cool. It does that too. I'm going to delete that. Oh, you know what? I need to get rid of this, and I'm going to go back to registered meta.keys, or object.keys registered meta. Object of the keys, and then registered meta goes in there. And then what I actually want this to be is saving this will be an interesting. I think I need to not do this yet, because I don't know what the data is going to come out, because all I want it to be saved as is a string. That's it. I just want to see the string. I don't care. It doesn't need to be an array. It shouldn't be an array, because if it is, that's going to kind of break the stuff I'm doing on the back end. So I just need to see what this is going to come out as, if that makes some sense to anyone. I want to kind of do this. So I'll grab my query loop. Where am I? Okay, so you can see what I'm doing. And then here, what have I done here? Okay, this needs to go away. Oh my gosh. Okay, I broke something here. I'm gonna do this for now, so it actually sets it. I think that is exactly what it is, an array with an empty string. So let me just see here. So now we got this. That is super strange. What's going on there? Okay. Let me switch the post type. I wonder what this will do. Probably break everything. So I'm going to switch my post type. I'm going to add a meta query. My meta key is going to be string. Why is this not working? See, I've got I've got some stuff here. 56. Okay, so those are the register keys, right? I'm going to delete this and just kind of start over with my query loop. Start blank, take that one, come over here and grab my stream post and add a meta query. Okay, it's still doing that. Oh, it keeps trying to add one, right? How am I going to do that? Right, if it's, I'm going to do something like this. This feels super ugly. I don't know why this is working like this. The length. Oops. We'll do that. Otherwise, we're going to do that. Feels ugly to me, but I want it to be empty until it's not, until I type something in it. And the problem I was having there was because I couldn't type anything because I have it set to 1. So I'm kind of painting myself in a corner a little bit. So let's zoom this down. I'm going to grab this, add a meta query. I got nothing in there. And I'm going to go, oh wait, what post do I select? I need to type the stream. Okay, so now stream, add a meta query. I'm going to go, nope. There we go, stream duration. Okay, so I'm seeing down here, I got stream duration showing up. And, oh, I think I do that. Wait, what am I console logging? Where is that happening? This is on line 106. Oh, new meta. Oh, okay, cool. So new meta, then like that. Because that's showing me, so the new meta is coming in as an array. So I just want to say the first item of that array, then this will come back and it'll work like this, because I have to wrap it inside of an array. That's what I have to do. There has got to be a better way of doing that. But let's just get this working, because I want it to display the thing and then work properly, because, everybody wants their code to work properly. Let's see. So in my stream post type, I'm going to scroll down here. I'm going to say, I'm going to add a meta query, and I go, not there, I keep doing the wrong one. Stream duration. Cool. I can't add any more. And then if I update that, so this is, I know that there is a stream duration. And I say value is greater than 0, so this query should still be working. I know that there is one for 1 hour. and do that. Make sure that shows that, and then there should be one for 30. Nope, 30. Is it like that? There it is. Okay, so that's working. That's pretty cool. Okay, so let's switch over to my post type now. Interesting. I thought that was supposed to clear that out. Page, post. Okay, that's clearing it out. Post. Weird. Okay, so a bit of a bug there. I'll have to look at that. So we're gonna add a post grid. So the item that I want to add is what is it? It's like codex post like count. Meta value is going to be 1, and it's going to be greater than or equal to 1. There we go. So that seems to be working, right? Oh, oops. What the heck happened there? Huh. What happened there? Okay, that was weird. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this top text control because we don't need it anymore. So form field token. I want to, oh God, what have I done? Have I just deleted everything? No. I'm going to look at this form field token. I want to look at the source for a quick sec because I want to see, is it wrapped inside of a base control or something? I could probably tell with the imports here. Token. Do I need to wrap it inside of a base control? So if I wrap, wait a minute. So there's add item. Where does the add item come from? Add item. Props. So there is a label. There is a label prop. Is it not documented? I don't know. Whatever. I'm going to give it a label. Where am I? So the label's going to be here. Label. Maybe I just didn't see it. And then I'm going to have to nationalize that. I'm just going to grab this. And this is going to be meta value, like that. Yeah. I find it strange that it wouldn't be wrapped into base control, but maybe, I don't know, maybe there's a reason for it. So it looks like there is a label according to the docs. So there's the label right there, separate with commas or enter keys. So that isn't correct anymore because we can only put one in there, right? So let's clear that. Oh, clearing it is what breaks it. So why did it break? Okay. Cannot read properties of undefined reading length. Okay, I think this is probably got to be what I got to do. That would be my guess. And that's on 82. Yeah, that's on 82. So we'll just do a little, what do they call that? Conditional something or other? Optional chaining. That's what it's called. Optional chaining. Not to be confused with mandatory chaining. Okay, so nope. Wait, did that? What? Ryan. That's the problem, I believe. So let's save that. Make sure that compiled. Refresh it. Huh. That's quite annoying, actually, if it's not documented. Let's look in here again. So I don't see a label field anywhere. Let's do a label. Yeah, it's not even listed. Okay, so that's, if anyone wants to get a quick props for a Gutenberg project, add the label in here. Actually, you know where I didn't look was in the actual components package itself, like in the documentation for the components. It might be. Oh no, I don't see any. This is probably not documented at all. Okay, cool. What was I doing? Anyway, so let's refresh this now. And let's grab this. Get rid of that. I'm gonna grab this. So you can see I've got the stream duration. I'm gonna clear it, and that seems to work. So let's test some stuff. So stream duration is going to be greater than 0. No. Yes, I'm actually gonna set it to equal. Actually, I set it to equal to 1 hour. So I got that. I'm gonna add another meta query. I'm gonna set the stream date is going to be, I need a stream date. So if I come back in here, I can look at my post meta, select data. I'm gonna go search. I'm gonna go post meta key is gonna be stream date, and we'll grab this date. I'll grab this date because I'm pretty sure that that's a different post. This is kind of an ugly way of doing this, but whatever. I'm just doing this so I can test. And then I'm gonna do a stream date of that, and that didn't work. Now, did it? Oh, I have to choose a relationship. And, or. There, okay. Stream date is equal to. Oh, I see. So that's got to be the same post. Okay, so. Yeah, so this is working. Make you want to mess around with Gutenberg. Try it again. Yeah, well, that's the whole point. Zevin, start messing around with Gutenberg. Get in here. Come on, get your hands dirty. You can build some cool things. Okay, so that seems to be working. That seems to be working here. I don't see any issues, right? That seems to be working. So the only thing I don't like is this, separate with commas or enter key. So let's see if we can find that. Separate. Tokenize on space. Oh, experimental show how to. I'm going to turn that off, I think. So where's that experimental show how to? That's got to be a if false, the text will be hidden. Okay, so I'm going to turn that off. It's a prop, so I'm okay with using an experimental prop, I think, because it's not actually correct. Because we're not separating with commas or the enter key, so I'm just going to get rid of it. And maybe what I need to do is add a placeholder. Maybe that's what I need. Let's see. So if I come in here, I clear this. You know what's bugging me now? This the spacing. What happens if I add what happens if I try to wrap it in a base control? Base control is from the I don't want to like add CSS for that. That feels janky at the best of times. Let's go source. We're gonna go base control, and I'm just gonna pull in base control. And we'll see what we can do with this. Okay, I'm gonna get my base control. I'm gonna wrap this component wherever it went in my base control. So a base control is exactly what it sounds like. Most controls in the components package, like input select, text area, all that stuff, they're wrapped inside of a base control, and it actually handles the label and that stuff. And it also does some spacing. So I've just moved the label out of base control into there. I wonder if it's going to show me two labels now. That's really annoying if it does. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I just want to manage the spacing, which you probably can't even see. Probably can't even see it. Like, whatever, man. Okay, that's better. That's got add item there. So the spacing looks better here, but this add item's a problem. So what if I don't use, what if I put that back? How's that look? So I'm just using base control for spacing at this point. Let's see. So that looks pretty good. But base control also gives us some other props. Like we can do help. We can do, I think help is what we want. Additional description for the controls. plain text for text for help. I mean, okay. So if I put help in here, I can say something like, you know, start typing to see options. That feels like horrible. Meta key, meta value for, meta key to meta for the label. What? Oh, yeah, sorry, it's meta key. Good catch, thanks. Thank you. All right, good job. It should not be meta value, it should be meta key. Good looking out, Timothy. You've been a beneficial addition to this stream today, and I thank you for hanging out with me. There we go. So that's maybe not the best. Maybe that's not really the best thing, but I'm gonna change it. I hate it. What is it? Start. Type to start typing to search for a meta key or manually enter one. Oh my God! Thank you, GitHub Copilot. That's what that did. That's all GitHub Copilot. That's all its fault. Okay, I'm gonna grab this. We're gonna grab this. We're gonna look down here. I'm gonna get rid of this now. And it says start typing to search for a meta key or manually enter one. Perfect. Copilot++. That's right. It's gonna put me out of a job. All right. So what do we think? What do we think? If I missed anything, got meta key, meta value, meta compare. If I remove that meta query, it still seems to work. Posts aren't going to work. That let's say it's not equal, so we can get some extra posts in there. Okay. I don't know. This feels like it feels pretty good. It feels pretty solid right now. What do we think, folks? Oh, it's only 11:30. Oh, I like it. Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and maybe look at getting this in. Is there anything I need to clean up in here? I don't need that. And I certainly don't need this or this. And everything else is fine. Pair options. This isn't being used anywhere, is it? It's not being used anywhere. I don't know what that there is for. Post meta control. Okay, and we got our I feel like I should put something in here. Updates. Update a query param. Do that. So we got the base control. Everything's translated. We got no console logs in here anywhere. What have I done over here? You know what I'm going to do? This is called registered meta keys, and I think what I need now, I don't think this is what I think, how am I using these registered meta keys? I'm only using them in the post meta control, and then inside that post meta control, I think I'm only using them there, right? Oop. Right, I'm only using it there, and then again there. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. I'm going to go object dot keys records that think that metas or an empty array. Right? I think, oh, not comma dot. Okay, and then inside of this, I should just be able to pass registered meta keys. I think that's what I want to do. That feels a little, well, it's working. What happens when the plugin is updated? Did I miss something? I don't no, you didn't miss anything, but that's a good point. I think what will happen is it will just work. But we can test that. I'm gonna test that in a second. Another puzzle cool thing would be to detect the type of the meta key and show specific controls. Yes, that is a whole can of worms that I don't know how we'll we'll get around that because we don't really have access to the type, and because it's going to be string for most things, but it could be an array or an object. It could be serialized array. It could be a bunch of stuff, and I don't really know how we can competently say this string is a time, or this string is a date, or this is the type would be in the schema, so you could use that, but only if it's been registered, right? Maybe I'm wrong, so correct me if I'm wrong, but if it's in my understanding that if where am I here? So like when I register post meta like this, I have type, right? But if I haven't done this, there's format for that. Yeah, we need to do optional enhancement for things with register. So what I'm doing is addressing an issue that like my plugin right now won't handle any post meta, or we can't access the post meta that hasn't been registered with show and rest. So I guess it means that I don't know if that would work. You know what I mean? It'd be great to be able to have the type, but again, type doesn't infer usage. So like a type is a string, but that string could be a date, it could be a name, it could be anything. It could be, anything. So I love the idea. And I'd love to think about it more. If there's a way to do it, I would love to do it. I think it'd be awesome. It could be HTML, yeah. It could be JavaScript. I mean, it could be anything. And unless, yeah. So anyhow. It's a cool idea. I would love to try to figure that out. We tried to do it a bit in our ACF thing. JS and PHP. Yeah, when type string, we specify more with format keywords. So date type would be string format. Right, but again, that has to be opted into, does it not? CSS and JS in PHP in HTML.org. Something to think about. Timothy, for sure. I think that would be a really cool use case to be able to say, I'm aware of this. Kendra K just got here. You could also do a query in the DB using distinct and grouping by the post type you do. We all have the post types registered, even with the ones. Yeah. There are ways that we can get access to the post meta for sure. I'm trying to, yeah, I mean, we could get really deep into the post. No, it makes total sense. Kendra K, you could access I could do custom queries to the database for sure. I'm not sure how much I want to do that, but that doesn't mean it's wrong or bad. What I want to do is just be able to, like, the point of this is a block that queries against post meta. So we need to provide some tools. Basically, I'm updating the post meta query. The WP query. Yep. And plugins, people have post meta introduced from other plugins, from other themes, from things. So I want to be able to have people access those. If they know the name of the post meta, like if they're trying to make post meta requests, you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm not going to do anything that's existing. I'm just going to allow people to find it. They have to know what the key is. They're gonna have to know what the key name is. And if they can't, well, that's a different story. But maybe there's a a secondary tool where it's like, here's a list of all the post meta that you can query for this particular thing, like what I was trying to do, but like a bit more robust, like you're saying. Access the schema, but the schema would only contain things that have been registered with show and rest true, I believe. And I could access the database directly, but because it's not registered in a central location, I have to scan every single. I'd have to do like what you were saying there, Kendra K, and have to like do a query to get distinct values and then list all of those values. Gets messy, but anyhow. What was I doing? I was doing something. Yeah, it'd be awesome. It'd be awesome to be able to say, oh, you've got a date field. Well, here's a date picker. You were being awesome. You're being awesome, Corey. See, you're awesome. I don't know if that was for me or not, but everyone's being awesome. These are some fantastic suggestions. It'd be really great. It'd be really great to be able to do controls, and then, but yeah, I don't know. There's lots of stuff. Anyhow, so what did I do? Oh, I was testing to make sure that this still worked, right? Okay, so oh no, of course I broke it. What did I do? I broke it. It's probably telling me it's not a. Cannot convert undefined or null to object. Where's that? Postman controls 34. Okay, I have to do that a different way. Clearly, I have to do that a different way. So I'm going to do. I'm going to do this a different way. I'm going to cheat a bit. I'm going to pass it in here and do object.keys, because then it's going to be an object no matter what. It just might be an empty object, right? That's going to be what that is. So this is going to give me all the meta. This is an incorrect name. I'm going to call it that because it's not actually the meta keys. Now it's the meta keys, and hopefully, with a little luck, it'll all work. Let's see. Click. Hey, I think it worked. Let's check. Okay, so stream duration, so stream date. Okay, there we go. Okay, that seems to work. Now, let's try some things. I'm going to commit this in my branch. What? Oh, get out of here. All right. Oh, what is this? This can go away. I don't close repository. So this is in here. So I'm gonna say this is changes the meta key select to, this is to use file, I don't know what it's called, file field token, form token field, form token field to be able to select from existing or manually input a post meta key, bam. Don't always like doing all of my changes in one big commit, but that ship may have sailed. So I'm going to commit this to this branch. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to switch branches. Go back to trunk, trunky trunk. Hopefully that builds. Okay. Now in trunk, I'm going to set this up the way I would have set this up before. I'm going to grab my post meta, my band square loop. I'm going to come in here. I got a post meta key. I'm going to grab my stream duration. I'm going to say it's not. I'm going to say it's equal to 100. So we got this right. I'm going to add another meta query. Set the order. This is going to be stream date, and I have a date in here somewhere. I'll grab that one. And I'm going to. There we go. Okay. So thanks for the follow, Tom Finley. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I appreciate you. Okay, cool. So I've got stream duration, I've got stream date, I've got all this stuff set. I'm going to update this so it's ready and in place. Refresh this, make sure it all works. Let's look at it on the front end. All right. Wait, is that right? Yeah, stream duration thing. Just ignore this because this is that plugin. I'm going to actually turn it off. Should I turn it off? It doesn't matter. Yo, Tom Finley. Welcome aboard. Thank you for hanging out. First time chat. Are you from the meetup group or just from Twitch? If anyone is here from the meetup group, please let me know because I want to make sure I do a call out and say, hey, from Twitter. Nice. Tom Finley. Tom, do I know you from Twitter? Your name sounds very familiar. Yes, sir. Oh my gosh. Do I not? Oh, well. Are we old friends? I'm good with faces and bad with names, so I apologize if I negative. We're not good friends. Are we enemies? Are we mortal enemies? Are you here to kill me? Is that what's happening right now? Are you here to kill Corey? Anyhow, okay, so let's here to learn. Nice. I'm just joking. Of course, you're not here to kill me. That would be weird and crazy. Awesome. Cool. All right, so now let's check this. We got this working. I want to make sure that if I just select this, that all my dates are in there. So now I'm going to switch branches. I'm going to switch branch back to my manual input post meta branch. I'm going to wait for it to build. Looks like it's built. I'm going to switcheroo over to here. And I'm going to grab this, no errors so far. Looks like it worked. Looks like, yay! He may or may not have followed your retweet. Corey, that's why you're a VIP. You see a little VIP in the diamond above your name? That's maybe your referrer stats. What's this? Tom Pelly Modern WordPress Dev Coursework. What is all this? Oh, what is this I'm looking? Oh, hey, that's me, man. That's so cool. Thanks for adding me there. That's kick ass. Nice. Well, I appreciate you. This is for you. You're awesome. VIP, that's me. That's very cool. Okay, cool. So I think it's working. Who was asking the question about whether or not it was broken? Or not broken, but whether or not it was actually going to work when you switch it. Was it Zebanin? Was it you? I don't know. Somebody was asking me. So I think it's working. I need to get some serious tests in this repo. I have some tests in a branch that I'm kind of working on, but I need to have like real. There's a lot of like I'm doing some unit tests, but I'd love to do some real tests in the sense of like integration tests, make sure blocks are being inserted, make sure things are being done. There's a lot that I have to do. I don't think anyways, I gotta test it. Okay, so I think that this is good. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to publish the branch. I'm going to publish that branch. And then I'm going to, over in my, wherever that thing is, love the stream of running tests on block. I did do one, actually, a while ago. There is some testing. If you bear with, I think it's in my YouTube channel somewhere. So go ahead and look at my channel. And it's an older one. It might have actually been one of the ones that I was doing live streaming with, adding end-to-end tests to block. So I'm going to just stop that so you don't have to listen to me ramble in stereo. There's that one. It's pretty basic. It's not very detailed there. There's a bunch of stuff going on. I'd like to come back and revisit it, revisit adding tests, because testing is super duper important. And yeah, so I have started doing a bit of work in this plugin to start to try to encapsulate things so it is more testable. Like for example, my query loop was just everything nested inside of a big hook. So what I've actually done is I've started to create little helper functions. So this is my parse meta query function, so I can test that as a unit of code and make sure it works properly. And JavaScript, there's not a lot of JavaScript parsing going on. Like there's not a lot of like data manipulation. It's mostly just like UX. And I don't need to test whether or not WP query works or any of that stuff. So I just need to test to make sure that what my PHP is doing is providing the appropriate things, right? Anyways, cool. So I guess, how do we feel about this? I think I'm going to just go ahead and merge it. I think it's in good shape, right? Yeah. I always get nervous about merging this stuff. Let's go. Did I push that up there? I did. I'm gonna do compare and pull request. Allow manual input of post meta keys. This should closes or fixes. And what is that one? Is that what this one is? Is it number 7? Issues. Yeah. Okay, so that should fix that. Create pull request. So that's going to be good there. I think I actually need to do a version bump on this though. Has anyone ever actually released a plugin like to the WordPress repository? Like, would it be helpful if I kind of like showed folks what that process is? I don't know. It is a bit. It is a bit things. Yes, in capital letters. Awesome. Okay. Okay. So we can. Okay. So cool. All right. So basically, the first step. Careful not to leak your W or password. Oh no. This is us a lot on discount. Yes, let's do it. Oh wow. Okay. So there's a lot. Okay. So like there is documentation if you go into the docs. Is this the right place? Plugins, develop plugins. You can get, like, there is a process here, right? So if you read all this stuff, this will help, right? So basically there's a big checklist of things that you need, right? Now it's all in SVN. So SVN, yeah. So what will happen is you will create your plugin. You create the code for your plugin. You follow the sort of the coding guidelines that are in here. You have to make sure that you have. There's some developer FAQ things. There's a lot of information, but the basic stuff that we need to know is you need to have. There's this header file, this readme.txt file, right? This is very, very important. This talks about the stable version of your plugin. This talks about like this powers a lot of these things. Sorry. So this powers all of this information as well. Right. So if you look at my README, let me just get this out of the way here. So if you look at this and then you look at my README, it's all very, very, very similar. These are probably the most important parts, right? So this tells you the stable tag. So the stable tag is like basically the most recent version of your plugin. And so what'll happen is you will submit your plugin to be reviewed, and people will review it. And where is that? Right here. So where do you review that? I can't remember now. So plugin, detailed plugin guidelines. So read through all this stuff. Like there's things like you have to make sure that your PHP code is either namespaced, using a PHP namespace, or like with some prefixes on a function, because I mean there's you have to make sure that there's not gonna be a conflict if you install it somewhere else. And then yes, the guidelines again. I can't remember where we submit it. Requirements, how to plan, plugin, and submit. So read this stuff so you can submit your plugin at this form right here. I'm not logged in, but you log in and you'll upload a zip. It'll go into the process. It'll tell you there's like 10 plugins ahead of you, and they try very, very hard to get it back to you quickly. When I released mine, I think it was like maybe not even a week, and I had some things that I needed to fix, and they tell you what those things are, and you fix them, and you respond to the email and say, hey, I fixed them, here's the code changes or whatever, give them a new zip, and then you're good to go. So then what will happen is you are going to be given a SVN repository. No, Cornerstone is what I'm looking for. And so if you're not used to SVN, you really don't need to do a lot with it. What I did, I don't really use SVN on the command line that much. I have in the past. It's been a long time. And this is literally the only thing that I use SVN for. So you're going to get a repository. I don't know if I can zoom that in. So it's pretty small, but so you're going to get a repository that looks like this. It's going to have a trunk folder. It's going to have a tags folder. And it's going to have an assets folder. And then so your trunk is like your trunk of your code. It's like the most up-to-date version of your code. And there's a couple of ways that you can structure this. You can have trunk be the most stable version of your plugin. So when you are in your header here, this tag right here, LPT, we'll run a code. Yeah. Yes. So this stable tag can either refer to a tag, literally an SVN tag that's in here, in this tags folder. So you can see mine is 1.0.5, or it could say trunk, which means that like whatever's in trunk is going to be what's downloaded from the repository, meaning this. So you see my version here, right? So that's how I like to do it. I like to keep my loading is the biggest thing stopping me from getting WordPress. But the thing is, you don't need to. What I just showed you is like you literally don't need to know much in the way of SVN. You do everything in Git. So I'll show you. My workflow is pretty manual. It doesn't have to be. Like I have a GitHub repository. There are actions. 10up makes some actions, some awesome actions that are that will release the plugin for you. So just Google 10up plugin actions and you will find them, right? What I do, it's super duper manual. I quite literally get a folder, go into my repositories, go into my, where's it saying? This is my SVN, a SVN copy. Like this is it. And then I build my plugin, right? And drop the code in here. Then I copy this into tags, rename it, and then SVN says, what do you want to do with this stuff? And I just say add all and commit, and that's it. It's very, very, very simple. It's all like, this is Cornerstone. There's a bunch of SVN stuff. Like the most, yes, that's exactly, Ericyo83. That's exactly what I use on my plugin. I bundle it, and then I extract the zip. I copy everything from that into my trunk, and then I literally like hold down shift and move it into tags. So let's pretend, okay, so let's pretend that I'm going to release this. Or actually, should we just release this? Let's release this. What do you think? All right, so I'm going to say my stable tag is, all right, hold on now. I'm going to release a version of this right now, right? So what I'm going to do is, the thing that I always forget is to update my version numbers. So the most recent version of my plugin is 1.0.5. So I'm going to change in my index.php. I'm going to say, so, this is not a backwards compatibility breaking change, so it's not a major version. It's a, do you think it's a minor, or do you think it's a patch? What do we think? Yeah, the 10up workflows are fantastic. Helen wrote them all, and she's brilliant. I love Helen. I think I'm just going to say this is, okay, all right, sold. So it's going to be a 1.1.5. So that's the version. This is just Sunbar versioning. If you're not sure what that means, basically the large number is like a change that breaks backwards compatibility. The minor version here is going to be oh, is it 1.1? No. Oh, maybe. Yeah, sure. And then, actually, that's a good question. I don't really know. Would it make sense? 1.0.5? Yeah, I guess it's going to be 1.1.0. It's a new version. So we had a new feature here. Why wouldn't your patch? Why wouldn't your patch version reset? Yeah, it would. You're totally right. So this is a new feature, and this is just like a patch, right? So yeah, everyone's yelling at me. Stop yelling at me. So we're going to make it 1.1 because I'm tired of getting yelled at. All right. So, so you have to do it here in your index, and then you also have to do it in the stable tag. All right. So you're going to do 1.0 because everyone's yelling at me. And then I'm also going to do it in my package.json. And I think that's probably the only other place there is. Right. Okay. And then what I do is I'm just going to come in here. And I'm going to go npm run build. Now the build, because I've been running the start command. Yeah, now you're yelling. Why are you yelling? So I'm going to do a build. So this is like production ready build, right? Yeah, it's barely useful. It's just a convention that you know people follow, right? So then I have, okay, so now I've done my I've done a build. This is going to build my JavaScript like production ready, and then I'm going to use this plugin zip command. So that comes with WP scripts. You can do npm run plugin zip, and what it's going to do, it's going to add all these files. Now, something that I want to call out about this is that it won't build everything. It won't find everything for you. There's a certain list of things that will be added. So what you can do is you can add a files entry to your package.json, which is what I've done here. And it's going to say, I want the build folder, I want the index.php file, I want the readme.txt, and I want the includes directory, right? And when that builds, it's right here. I'm going to just, what am I going to do? I'm going to show this in the Finder so you can see what I do. So this is like a super manual process, right? So in here, I'm going to, I'm just going to drag this to my desktop, which you can't see. Never mind. I'm going to, how can I do this nice and easy? I'm just going to, let me create a new tab. And I'm going to, on my desktop, I'm going to create a new folder, and I call this test, and I go into my test folder. I'm only doing this because normally I would just drag this to my desktop, but you can't see my desktop here. So I'm going to take this, the zip that was created, I'm going to drop it into here. I'm going to open it, right? Just extract it. So now everything that's in here can be moved into, so this is the plugin that I just bundled using the plugin zip command, right? And then I extracted it, so I can actually get rid of that now. So I have all my extracted stuff. This is my SVN. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy everything that I want to put in trunk. So I'm going to take the build, the includes, the index, the readme, and the txt. I don't copy the package.json. I don't want it in there, but the plugin zip command actually brings it, right? Gotta have those legacy exposed hot corners set up, man. Yeah, but I don't want y'all seeing my desktop with me in a bikini. Y'all stop. So then I'm gonna copy this into trunk, and it's gonna say, what do you want to do with this? I'm just gonna replace everything that's in there, okay? And then I'm going to take my trunk. I'm gonna add a new tag. I just copied it from the trunk, the whole trunk folder into tags. I'm gonna give it a new name of 1.1.0. Right, so that's going to be my most recent, and that's it. That's all I do. See, and then I come over to my SVN. Now you can do this on the command line, right? Yeah, Tortoise SVN. You can use any SVN thing you want. There's really only a few commands that you need. You need like SVN add, right? So it's going to add everything. SVN commit with a message. Those are the only things. So if you're not comfortable doing that on the command line, which is totally fine. You may not even have SVN installed on in your machine, but all we have to do is come in here and so our build, yeah. So we're gonna come in here. We're gonna make sure we're gonna add. I'm just gonna add everything, right? So this question mark means I don't know what to do with that thing, so I'm just gonna come down here and press the add button, and then there's probably some stuff in here I have to do as well. So it doesn't know what to do with all this. Can I just, and then just make sure. Oh, man, it keeps this like. Yeah. Let's make sure we add all, right? Oops. Add. So we can see everything's added and it's modified. Modified will get pushed up anyways, right? And then we can come over here. We can come up and we can go, it's because Windows only works quite well. So then I can say, what does that thing do? That is, okay. So, and then I can hit commit. And it's going to ask me to do a commit, and I'm just going to say 1.0 release, right? And that's just going to confirm the stuff that's been changed. So my build stuff has definitely been changed. Is that right? Let's check. Just want to double check this in here. So my build, I've only got two things. Yeah, okay. So this is telling me everything that's going to be committed. I'm going to add a message, and it's quite simple. Just whatever the release. You can literally say anything you want in here. Doesn't matter. No one sees this except you. You'll get an email, right? And then I hit commit changes. And what it's going to do, it's going to, I know you can see that down here, but it's doing a bunch of junk. And it's going to eventually, it's sending the contents of the thing, and it's up there. And now we've just released a new version. Now it's going to take a few minutes for this to update. That's not it. It's going to take a few minutes for it to pop up, usually. There's some caches and stuff. I don't know if I can just break this. It won't happen this quickly, almost guaranteed. Yeah. So that's it. And that's it. That's all you have to do to release a plugin. And this is very manual. You can automate a whole ton of this stuff. If you have that 10up plugin 10up plugin release action, which is right here. I think this is it. I'll link it in here. Paste. right? This will just do it all for you. It'll do all this stuff for you. There's some stuff you have to set up, and it's a bit of busy work, but really all it comes down to, like the SVN thing, you know, you don't need to worry about. You only ever work with SVN when you want to release, and literally you just put all your files in, commit, add them all, hit commit, and that's it. That's all you do. I mean, there's other workflows that you can look at. Art of Coding. Hi, Art of Coding. What's with the what? What's with the what the deuce? Is there something that, am I being confusing or talking too much or not enough? You tell me what you need, my friend, and I'll help you out. Yeah, that's kind of it. Like, you don't really need to do a lot with SVN. There is a workflow that you could set up. It's pretty complicated. It's like Git in SVN, where you have a Git repo and an SVN repo, and they're ignoring each other. So you can do it that way. I've never found working with plugins to be easy like that, because of the structures aren't always the same. Like, your structure with your SVN repo looks like this. You got trunk, tags, and assets, but where in your Git repo, trunk would be all of your code, and so you'd have to you have to copy things out into tags, and then SVN. It might be an interesting experiment, that's for sure. Let's see. Let's refresh this. There we go. So now we've got a brand new version of the plugin that's just been released, and Robert's your father's brother. There we go. Is that helpful? Is that helpful? Someone go download this and make sure it doesn't break. Last time I did this, I forgot to include a file, and it quite literally broke everything. It fataled, which is awesome. Nothing says professional like releasing a plugin that causes a fatal error. So there's that. Anyhow, cool. All right. So yeah. I'm just at noon here, my time anyways, Eastern time. So I usually stop about now, but before I do, is there anything that anyone wants to talk about? 7in, I'm actually more surprised how thorough the initial plugin review is. Yeah, it's actually, this is what 7in was saying. I agree. It's pretty thorough. It's pretty cool. It's manually done. It's like there are some automated stuff that will get flagged. People will actually, they look through it and make sure it's not, there's nothing shady going on, or nothing dangerous going on, or just nothing that's just a bad code. It's not about you're not writing good code. It's more about are you adhering to standards? Are you, if you install this and you have a plugin function called, update post meta, is that going to conflict with core and break things, right? It's a lot of stuff like that. The plugin review team don't get nearly enough props. They get a lot of grief and a lot of flack, but not nearly enough love. So they deserve it. They deserve all the love. All the love. So yeah. Yeah, what do we think? Anything else people want to chat about? Cool. Just scrolling through the old text here. Yeah, I think okay, cool. Well, I think I'm gonna call it. I think that's been a good day. It's been fun hanging out with everyone, and this is wait a minute. What did I just do? So I just realized something. I released the plugin, but I have to merge it into Trunk now. So I'm going to do that here. So this has been released, so it's probably a good idea for me to merge it. So I'm going to merge it. And I think I have to push some change. Oh my God, what have I done here? Hold on, stand by. That's merged. And that's really dumb because I don't have the version bumps in there. Oh, git, check out. Okay, I need to do this. Version bump. This should just be all version bumping. It is. Okay, I'm just going to add that. I'm going to commit that. And I'm going to sync those changes. And what's going to happen up here now? I wonder. This has been merged. Okay, so I'm just going to go good check out trunk. And I'm going to pull down the latest version of trunk. And I'm going to git merge the other branch that I was on, which should just be my version bumps. So I'm going to do that. And then what am I on again? I'm on here, and I'm gonna push, git push. So now if I go back to trunk, I should have my version bumps in place. There we go. I'm gonna do just a little release here. I'm gonna draft a new release. 1.1.0, create a new tag, and oh, I didn't have the change log. It's moving too quickly. I didn't add a change log to my release, which is dumb. So I can do that now. I should probably do that. Yeah, I think I can update the README. I'll probably just do that. So it's probably kind of dumb of me to do that. So we're not text edit. Where's this? Show on Finder. There we go. And I'm going to open this up in here. I'm going to add change log. This is going to be allow manual input of post meta. Props to never release at the end of the stream. Yeah, that's it. There's the two things you never do: release on a Friday or at the end of a stream. There we go. Query. So this is, who's this dude? I'm just gonna do this. I like to give people props. Props for opening the support thread. Spell it right. All right, so that's that one. I'm gonna have to add this into my in here. So that should do that. Add change log update. Add change log for 1.1. Add that commit. I'm gonna push that up to trunk. I don't think I actually did this. And the other thing I need to do is come over here now, and I need to commit this. Oops, I'm gonna commit. Commit, there we go. Update change log. Change log for commit changes. Oh, I should. I'm moving too quickly here. I should have also updated the change log for trunk, which I did not. So we're gonna do that now, I guess. Reveal and Finder. And I'm gonna open this in VS Code and just do the same thing. So here's a pro tip. You should do this before you release. That would be what we should do. And I'm gonna do that. Close that. And I'm gonna commit again. Again. And because I like to YOLO things, I'm not gonna check to see if anything else needs to be updated. Let me commit those changes. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. New release. I'm going to not do this release. Can I just not do this release? Okay, I'm going to do it. Drop to new release. Wait, did I push that up? Trunk. Let me check. I gotta check the code. Let's go review text. Change log. Change log's there. Okay. I'm going to do a new release. Now I'll do a new release. And drop the new release. Change log. Okay, and it's going to be 1.1.0. 1.1.0. I'm going to publish the release. Sweet. Oh, nice. I love it when it finds those things. That's fantastic. So we got a new release. The plugin's got a release. Now, I wonder if the changelog gets up to date. Do we see the changelog anywhere? Development. There we go. So it got updated. Perfect. Cool. All right. Well, I think that's probably it. Unless anyone's got any questions or anything or whatever, I'd be happy to try to answer some stuff. But otherwise, I might just call it cool. Okay. Well, thanks for coming, everyone. If you're here from the Meetup group, thanks for coming. Timothy Jacobs, thank you for hanging out and contributing so much to the stream and fixing my code problems. You are quickly becoming Kevin 2.0. So there's that. That's a pretty big deal. I'm gonna have another one of these. But anywho, I'm gonna talk to you later. Thanks for coming. It's been a blast. Talk to you soon. Bye. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please give it a like. And be sure to subscribe to my channel for more content about Gutenberg and WordPress development.